Hello, hello, hello. So I'm going to wait a few minutes. Dina is finishing up, and then I will show you guys what's going on today. It's finishing up. Oh, we definitely don't need to hear my voice. That's for sure. Hello. Hi, Jamie. Hey, hey, Angel. Hi, Sissy Sue. Sissy's Creations. How are you? So hi, Miss Shauna. How are you? Juicy. Hi, Juicy. Hey, Nicole. How are you? So I'm a little early. I'm just gonna wait until I see Dina done, and then see Don. Hi, Donna Sue, and then see Chris come in. Hi, Miss Edie. How are you guys all doing this evening? Hi, Chris Hunter. Thank you. I'll just give it a few minutes. I see Dina's finishing up. Hi, Marianne. How are you? Hi, Sheila. Hello. Hello, hello. I'm looking over here because I can see Dina. Aw, thanks, Juicy. She just said bye-bye. Hi, Joy. Hi, Trisha. How are you? Hi, Carol. I didn't have her volume on, but I can see Dina go bye-bye. Hi again, Dana. Hi, Christina. How are you guys? How are you guys? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys have been in the Sparkle Room watching the event all day. Hi, Lindy. How are you, my friend? Hi, Pam. So all day long, we've had this event going on, and it's been amazing. Just watching everybody and all of the great ideas. So this is the Paper Palooza, and I just want to take a few minutes to tell Chris, thank you so very much for inviting me today. I don't know how I am amongst these amazing women, but I really appreciate it. So thank you. Mama P was on today. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Pat. Hi, Jeannie. Hello, hello, everybody. So just really quickly, I am a creator who films in landscape. So if you're wondering why I'm a little tiny to you, if you choose to, and you don't have to, but if you want to, turn your phone landscape, then I will fill up your phone. But that's the reason why I'm tiny. So hi, Dina, that was so beautiful. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I am going to get my desk on the screen. So once again, my name is Terry Lightsey. I am so excited to be here with you guys. But those of you who watch me know that my background, actually starting out in crafting, I started doing paper crafting. So, and paper crafting, I started making all of the organizers and everything for my desks, the brush holders, pen holders, everything. But after that, I got into junk journaling and everything. But when Chris invited me to the Paper Palooza, I thought, this is where I started. So I'm going to take it all the way back to what I used to do. And thank you. Thank you. So what I used to do, making everything from cardstock. I made everything. I think I drove everyone in my family nuts because I made everything from cardstock. So I'm going to actually make this little purse with you guys today. So, and it is very sturdy. So you could put a candle in there. You can put, treats in there. But I will warn you that if you have a little granddaughter, niece, they're going to actually want to use this as a real purse. um, because I know this. And so, I mean, it's fairly strong and it can take a lot. So, and I know this too. So I'm going to go through. I did cut some of the little pieces, but I'll go through most of it and show you exactly the measurements and what you need to do. And I thought it would be so cute, like to put, you know, Easter candies or even like a Mother's Day gift. I've made backpacks, I've made toolboxes, you know, for Father's Day and stuff like that. So I am going to show you how to do it with just plain cardstock. So that way it doesn't get, you know, too crazy with prints going upside down or whatnot. But you can most definitely do it with, you know, printed cardstock. And what's really cool is if you had it two-sided, right? Because the inside would then be, you know, like this one, for instance, would either be flowers or the checkers. So, you know, most definitely you can do printed cardstock. But I thought to show you all, we would just use plain cardstock. But, you know, I just picked out a couple of Mente papers. Look at that. It has marbling on the back. And this one has crackle on the back. So these are some you can also use. I will also post for you guys the measurements that you'll need. I will update my description and put measurements in there for you guys. But so for the main body of the purse, right, which is the purple, you're going to need a 10 by 12. So I picked out this blue. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but there's a lot of like little hatching marks in here, and it's really pretty for being just plain. So we need this to be a 10 by 12. So I'm just going to take 2 inches off of one side, and I have a big Fiskars guillotine over here. So just excuse me while I turn that way for a minute. And then you are going to need a scoreboard, okay? And on the 10-inch side, you're going to need to score at 1 inch, 2.5, 7.5, and 9. Then you're going to rotate, okay? So on the 12-inch side now, you're going to need to score at 4.5, and then 7.5. So this is your body of the purse. If you're looking at it at the 10-inch side, because they're equal, what we did was equal, this square here is going to be what is your front side, okay? So just keep that in mind if you are doing paper and you need to watch the orientation. This square here, and I don't even know if you guys can tell because where the score marks are, but when you see it, this square here is your front, okay? Hello, everybody. Hi, Julie, Rennie. Hi, Judy. I will try to look up this. I have to share for me to make later. Absolutely. Please do. All right. So this is the body. All right. So now and I'm just going to put this over here for right now. So now we are going to use just regular brown, you know, cardstock, because what I like to do is kind of make it look like almost leather, if you will, right? That's why I use the brown, but you can totally change up the colors. Once you have the measurements, or, you know, you kind of know the gist of it, you can make this any, you know, size, any color you want. So I'm going to cut now this flap here. So that needs to be 3.25 by 7.5. So again, don't worry too much about the measurements that I'm kind of rattling off to you. I will update my description and put that in for you. So the flap we need to have on the, actually, we need to have it on the 7.5-inch side, and we need to score this at 1. Okay. What I like to do is do all the cuts, all the scoring at one time, so I can get this all off of my desk, and then I can work on putting it together and doing all the things. You can even make that brown cardstock look like real leather. Yes, you can, and we will. Does anyone know where to get a score pal? You can get this. I'm pretty sure I have this in my Amazon store, and that's one thing I did pull out is we are going to, you know, I put a flower on that, but I have some Chanel bling, some Louis Vuitton bling. So we're going to make this purse cute, 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 okay? If you have Totally Dazzled, I have some of that bling out here too. So we will do it all up. Like I said, if you have a little, they're going to want to use it, you know, forever. Okay, so our base, which is this piece down here, we're going to need that to be 5 by 5.5. So let's do that. 5 by 5.5. Okay, and then for this one on the 5.5 side, we're going to need to score this at 1 1/4 and 4.5. Okay, again, we're just going to do all the cuts and scores and then put everything aside. Now the little pieces I did cut already just because I can hear better than I can see. So the little pieces, I wanted to make sure I cut them straight. So I cut them prior to. So this is going to be the handle. This is 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. So on the 1 1/4 side, we're just going to score this right down the middle at 5/8. All right. And then we have our bottom pieces, which are the little decorative pieces here. These should be the 1 by 2s. Yep, 1 by 2. Yep, so we need to score this at 1 and this at 1. So we'll need 2 of these. So 2 of the decorative pieces at the bottom and then 2 at the top. And the 2 at the top are going to be 1 1/2 by 3/4. And on the 1 1/2 side, we're going to score that at 3/4. So just right in half, all right? All right. So then after that, we needed a bunch of little, we're going to have a bunch of little chain links. So, oh, did I lose a couple? So we needed 6 of these, okay? 6 for the little chain links, and then, which are these, and then the little strap there is, I think this is, yep. So it's 3/8 by 4 3/8, I believe. Yep. All right. Thank you, Christina, for the stars. Hi, Nancy Church. Where did you learn to make these purses, or did you invent? So I actually, again, when I first started paper crafting, I searched everywhere for, I wanted to learn how to do it all of the things. I wanted to learn how to make my own organizers and make my own gift boxes and gift bags and all of that. So I actually just started looking all over the place on YouTube, and then you just modify things, right? Okay, so we have our score marks. We're going to come in with a bone folder. You can use whichever you like, and then we're just going to start folding on all of our score lines. Let's move these out of the way. Okay. And I thought this one would be it's super cute and very easy. So it's not, you know, anything real complicated or crazy. Okay, so again, this is going to be our purse, okay? The only thing that you have to do with this is right here, you have your middle score marks. We just need to cut all the way up past the first up to the second. So cut right up to that second score line on both sides. These are very long scissors. I'm trying not to. And then we're just going to get rid of this part, okay? And then do the same thing on the other side. Dennis heard your voice. He said, Terry is on pretty late. Yeah. So I do live Sunday through Friday, but I'm usually on at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 4 o'clock Eastern. So, yep, it is a little late for me. All right, let's get this out of the way because I'm known to hit the mouse. All right, so this is going to be very easy, right? So this is the bottom. You're going to come, let's fold these out for just a minute. So the outside, you have two here, right? So the outside you're going to fold out on both, okay? And then if you notice, it comes right up and there's your purse. That's the body of it. Easy peasy. Hi, trees. Okay. So I am going to take, whenever I'm doing paper crafts, I always use the art glitter glue. It says art glitter glue, but it dries clear. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take glue on that side, and then just one of these sides is fine. You don't need to do both of them because it's probably going to be way too much glue if you do. Okay? And then you're just going to come straight up. And one thing you want to make for sure is that this score line is butts right up to that piece, okay? Because the measurements are exact. So it will fit. If you can see in there, it'll go right up to that score line, all right? So you really want to make sure you pulled it snug and tight in there, and then lift up the other side, and then get these evened out here, and then push in, okay? And then what I like to do is just kind of get my bone folder in there and just hold it just so I can make sure all the glue is down, okay? And then same thing on this side. So again, I'm just going to put glue. You love working. Really, Chrissy? Now, this is all I did prior to doing the mixed media, then the upcycling. This is all I did. And I made all the bags for Christmas, all the boxes for Christmas, all the tags. I was a little crazy with it for a while there. All right, so again, I just want to make sure that it's right up, and then same thing on the edges here. Just want to, because they will meet up. The measurements are exact. If you do have, you know, a 1/8, a 1/16 of an inch off, you can always trim it up. But it should go perfectly end over end, okay? I do want to put just a little bit of glue down there on both sides. Whoop. Aw, thanks, Juicy. So then that was a whole nother monster, right? Die cuts and the Sizzix and embossing folders. That was a whole nother kind of monster. All right, so now let's get our bottom. So our bottom piece, the base was the 5 by 5.5, and we scored it 1 1/4 inch and 4.5. So I am going to take my vintage photo. I don't have a cool zhuzher like Chris Hunter, okay? But let's fold here on the score lines. And actually, before we do that, so if you see just here, just for, you know, decorative purposes, I made little cuts. So let's get my ruler. And I just want to measure at 1/2 inch and 4.5. Okay, on both sides, because you're going to do both of them. So we're going to go 1/2 inch and 4.5, and then to your score line, you're just going to go from your mark right to your score line. It's easier if I could see, so I should put my glasses on, but that's all right. Okay, and then the same up here. And then we'll just snip that off. All right. When I was doing this yesterday, Chris, I was like, oh, I need a zhuzher like Chris. All right, so we're just going to snip those corners. And you don't have to do it. Again, it's just purely decorative. If you want to leave it, you can. Okay. And then what I want you to do is you're going to use your vintage photo, and we are going to now do all of our zhuzhing, right? You really want to get the folds on this, and then open it up, and we're going to go all around everywhere with it. Again, if you don't like the look, you don't have to. I think it it just gives that more of a leathery feel. Okay. Now, this is, hi Shelly Stacklin. Hi Lynn Perkins. This must be how you got to read all. You know what? I couldn't read a measuring tape before I started making my scrapbook albums. Okay, now one thing you're going to notice, these are all perfect the measurements are all perfect. If you happen to, when you're sitting this in there and you're like, uh-oh, it's a little too tight, what helps is if you take that score line and you push down that line. Okay, if you push down the line, it'll help so that way you can get snug right onto there. All right. So if you find that you have a little bulk and it's a little tight, all you have to do is just push down the inside score line. All right. So all I'm going to do is put glue on the base first. Hi, Sheila Teagan. How are you? I know. I'm late. Uh-huh. Okay, and then I'm going to come right in there. And then don't let it shift on you. And then I'm going to put my glue on the outside. Okay. All right. Okay. And then if you take your bone folder on the inside and you actually push down in there to help spread out that glue, and then also make sure that it's all down really well. Okay. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Gail. How are you? All right. So right now we have our bottom piece. So now let's work on getting the two down here at the bottom. And I noticed that I'm about, hi, Pops. Okay. I have a little bit of excess down here. It's not really going to matter because I'm going to put that little decorative piece on, but I'm going to snip it off. And if you do, you find you're not lining up, just take it off. Don't worry about it. Just take it off. Okay. So now our pieces that go down here at the bottom, right? These are the 2x1s, I believe I said. So again, you want to fold on your score line. And same thing, I'm going to take the vintage photo and go around on both sides. What did you guys have for dinner? It's only almost 5:30 here. I haven't eaten dinner yet. The boys did, but I didn't. Troy, turn that down, son. Okay. And then once you've got that all done, they're going to hook right there at the bottom. So let's get our glue on here. $8.24. Leftover spicy lentil stew and ooh, homemade bread. Oh, it must have smelled amazing. I just ordered pizza here in California too. Really? Where in California, Cheryl? Ziti. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Don't tell me what you guys had for dinner. I'm getting hungry. Oh my gosh. Hi, Kathy Dean. Okay. And then we're going to get our other side. Okay. The only thing that is not paper on here, but you can absolutely modify this piece and make it paper if you want, are the little D-rings. Okay. So, I bought mine. I've had a bunch of D-rings. Again, I used to make purses, backpacks, briefcases. I went crazy with all the paper crafting. So these D-rings, let's see. You're eating your chicken nuggets, son? These D-rings are 3/4. Okay, 3/4 of an inch. So if you wanted to get any for the size that I'm using here, that would be the size. So, okay. So the next thing we're going to do is, so you're going to need 6 pieces. No, that's not it. You're going to need 6 pieces for the chain links. So all of this, here we go again, talking about food. So all of the chain links, okay. So you're going to need 6 pieces. Just fold them in half and then cut them in half. I know, either it's chocolate, food, something, right? So let's fold these. So you'll end up with 12 little pieces, right? But it's just easier because these are so small to cut on the guillotine that it's just easier if you cut them longer rather than trying to hold the little piece. Well, it is for me anyways, rather than trying to hold the piece. Yes, or the notorious peanut butter Oreos. Exactly. Okay, and then our last piece. Now these I don't worry about putting the vintage photo on. You can if you want to, but by the time you're done inking all of this, your fingertips and everything else will be all inked up. So I don't worry about it. So we are going to just take about 1/8 of an inch, okay? And it is fiddly. This is the only fiddly part. So you want to put them together, and then what I do is I use my little tweezers to hold it. Then what you want to do is once you've got it, you want to stretch it. Well, not stretch it to pull it off, but let's put a little bit. But you do want to, you want to stretch that piece into more of an oval and not so much a circle, okay? This is where you're going to end up with all kinds of glue on your fingers. Well, maybe you're not like me, but all right, now let's stretch. So again, you just want to stretch it, okay? And then you get your next piece. So you want to do 4 like this, okay? So do 4, chain link them together. Hello, Michelle from California. This is the first time, I think, that I've had so many Californias. Usually, I'm the only one out here. I'm usually lonely. All right, same thing. You want to hold it and then pull. And it's just because you want that little oval shape, not so much the round circle, okay? And then your next one, get that in there. So you want to link up 4 of them. All right. Again, this is probably the only fiddly part. Everything else is fairly quick. Troy, turn that down, son pops. Papas, turn it down, baby. I'm in the Central Valley, so I'm about 45 minutes south of Sacramento. So I'm right Central Valley. Right where it's the worst place to be if you have allergies. Because everything just sits in the valley. Okay? And then let me hold that piece again and stretch it out. Up. Again. The only fiddly part is the chain links. And I probably should have done one side and not tortured you guys with having to watch both of them. I know! I usually most every time they're either abroad or East Coast. So trying to figure out time zones is always fun for me. I actually was just talking about that earlier. Central time, Pacific time, East Coast. Like, holy guacamole. I don't know where I am, what time it is. All right, so this is number 4. So once we get this one stretched out, and then we'll let those sit for a minute. So then we have our 2 little pieces that are going to come up here. So once again, you're going to fold that on the score line. Okay, and burnish that. And do the same thing with your vintage photo or whichever you prefer. Or if you don't like this, you don't have to do it. All right. So then this is where you're going to need your little D-rings. So this is going to go inside here. And you're going to put that up to your little score line. And then you're going to kind of just give it a tug. Okay. And you want it to be able to move freely. Yeah, I know, Lisa, but when I'm dealing with, I always am dealing with all time zones at one time. So it's, and then this is going to go right in the middle. Okay, so we're going to glue this down right here in the middle. So let's put glue, and I would only put glue probably about 3/4 of the way on this one, just because you do want that D-ring to move you know, be able to move freely. And then get it right in the middle there. And then pinch that down. See? Mostly East Coast, right? All right, so if you see, it's pretty free. So now you have 4 here. Okay, so now you want to take this and put that in there. Grab your 4 links and put that in there. And then you're going to glue this together just like you've been. Boston. Do-si-dos in 3 days. What are do-si-dos? Oh my goodness. What are do-si-dos? All right. And then don't forget to stretch that one too. Okay. So that is our one side with the chain link. So now I'm going to try not to take forever and do the other side. So again, you want to do 4 of them. Oh, Girl Scout cookie. Which one are the do-si-dos? My favorites are the one with the, what is it, the chocolate and the coconut? What are those called? And that's really the only, well, and the lemon, right? The lemon, I think. But I don't know that we get do-si-dos. Is that what they're called? I thought they were called like Samoas or something. Yeah, Samoas. So I have got, these are in my Amazon store. So I have 2. I have a blue one and a pink one. The blue one is a little bit bigger, but both of them are in my Amazon store. The link is in the description. Okay. And then let's pull that. Get 2 more on there. Lemons. Yes, Samoa. I think that is really, I mean, I love those. And then I think the lemon ones, just the Sue helps me on my page. So if you're seeing any links or anything from Sue, that's what she's doing, is she's putting links to anything that I'm using. So okay, and then one more, and then we can get past this part. Did you guys hear Troy? So Troy is my son. For those of you who don't know me, he's nonverbal but very verbal. He gets his point across, and he's eating and he's going Son. Okay, so we have 4. Now let's get our. Well, we had 4. So don't rush me. Yeesh. Troy must be having some good chicken nuggets over there. I know. He's going. Okay. So we have that. Now let's take so we have our little decorative piece, and then we've got to fold that on the score line, and then let's do our vintage photo. Then we're going to grab our D-ring again. I'm going to put that in there, and then like I like to close it and then kind of yank it up so that it goes as, far up as it can. And then let's put that on. Again, you want to get it right in the middle. So you just glue 3/4 of the way. So after me is Chris Hunter. So she will close us out tonight, which I can't wait to see what Chris does, because you know Chris, she's always got something up her sleeve. Okay, and then we're going to take number 5, get our chain link, and then put this one on. Yes, it's Art Glitter Glue. So I know the name is sometimes confusing, but it dries clear. But it's Art Glitter Glue. I've always used Art Glitter Glue. Like I said, I've made many scrapbook albums, junk journals, and if I'm not using double-sided tape, it's Art Glitter Glue. Okay, all right, so now we have our 2 chains. Now you still have 2 pieces left, and that's because we need to do the handle. So our handle was the 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. Again, we scored it right in the middle. So let's get that. Okay. And then again, as always, and it looks like when I folded it, I didn't pull it evenly. So hold on a second. Got a little too excited. When I used the bone folder, it must have slipped back a little bit. So just readjust it so that because it should be right even. And actually I've got like about 1/8 of an inch. I'm just going to trim that off. All right. So now let's do this. And you'll find that because a lot of this is, you know, when you're scoring and you're folding, sometimes depending on your score tool, the one I use is fairly thick. So if you have a thinner one, the line will be thinner. So you might have to trim sometimes. That's not a big deal. All right, so this is our handle. So now we're going to come back over here. Now you're going to figure out what's the front and the back. So if you were doing decorative paper, you know, just decide which one you want front and back. It doesn't really matter here because we've got the same, you know, cardstock. Let's put that in the back because there's something, I don't know, little something there. So now you're going to take your 6th one. Make sure your chain links are laying right. And you're going to put this one in. And you're just going to fold over and pinch. Okay? So you're just going to pinch for this one. Pinch it flat. So let's put some glue in there and pinch it flat. Thank you. Hi, Rula. Hi, Miss Linda. How are you? All right. So let's do 2 sides. So this one is going to look just like that. Okay. You're just going to pinch them flat. So again, make sure your chain links are right. And then you're going to just pinch it flat. And then put some glue. Okay. Okay. So the reason why you pinched it flat is if you're configure, this is your handle. Hold on, baby. So what you need to do though is we want a little bend in our handle, right? So if you just take your bone folder and just, you know, remember when you're tying ribbons, you know, those ribbons and you're doing the curl? So that's all you're doing. just so you can put a little curl in your, I'm actually going to curl it the other way because I see I have a little bit of, so there's your little curl. So you have the handle. Now you're just going to open this up, okay? And you can actually put glue all on one side here. And again, just make sure your chain links are right. And then you're going to put this right in the middle on this side. And pinch it. And then do this one right in the middle on this side. And pinch it. Make sure it's in there. And then shut it all the way with that glue. Aw, thanks. I know, Elmer's glue. Yeah, if you want to follow me, we'd love to have you. Again, it's called Craft and Chaos. I do it Sunday through Friday because it's always usually a chaotic. Either Troy wants pudding or the dogs are barking at Amazon or something crazy is happening, but you know, it's fun nonetheless. Okay, so this is our back piece. So this is going to be our flap. So again, our score line, I'm going to fold on the score line. And let's get this all on here. And then I like to make sure I'm doing the front and back of that fold line, okay? And then the same thing, I want to curl this because this is what's going to come over, right over the top. So I'm just going to get my ruler and I'm going to start doing that. Now, the thing is you're just basically breaking those fibers, right? Because all paper has fibers. Now, you can just leave it like this if you don't, you want to leave it clean. Or what you can do is if you actually start, how can I do this so you can see? If you actually just start to roll it little by little, and you start really breaking those fibers, when you come in with the vintage photo, you can see how you have all these like little cracking that's happening. It'll pick up all of those little, and you can do, you can, as you're rolling back, you can go little by little, you can go a lot and only have little bits, but that's what all of this is here. If you can see, it's just the fibers of the paper doing like little cracks, if you will. Again, you don't have to do that. You could just leave it, just curled. Okay. It just gives it kind of a different, like almost like a worn look. Okay. So, and again, you can do as much, as you want. Okay. So again, so this is my back because I had the back facing that way. So this is what's going to hook on the back. So it's going to hook right here. Okay. So again, you're going to want to find the center in the back there. and hook that on so the glue only goes up to the score line. Okay, and then we're going to find the middle-ish. You can, you know, really get exact and put, you know, a ruler back there. And then, again, I'm going to come in here on the inside and just kind of burnish that down to make sure all the glue is down and stuck. All right? So now, all we have is... all we have is our little latch in the front, which, here we are. So this is our little latch that's going to go right here. And if you want, if you have like the, you know, the memory keeper, if you have these little, so you can cut the corners, you know, round them off, you can do that too. Or you can just leave it plain. But what I did was I kind of came down from the top here. I came down about an inch, and then that's where I glued it. So you're going to just want, well, we forgot this first of all. What do I have? 9 minutes? Okay, not bad. So if you come down about an inch from the top, and I'm just going to glue the edges, all right? And so let's go right about here. And then again, you need to kind of find the middle. So let's start right there and see how off I am. Oh, not too bad. Okay. And then hold that down. Aw, thanks, Cindy. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, and then you put your little edge in, and look, actually, I'm going to do this. So let's do the deco, and let's grab that and do it on this corner, and then come back in here and do this. So it gives it a little something, something, right? And then, look at that. We have our purse. Ta-da! So, while we still have about 7 minutes before we turn it over to the amazing Chris Hunter, so, you know, if you have any bling, right? So, if you're doing this for, like, a little girl, look at the little duck from Totally Dazzled. You can totally put the duck on there, right? So he can go right here in the middle. Look at how cute that would be. Or what I was planning to do, so I have a bunch of like the designer bling. See, you can do like Chanel or Tiffany, right? You can do all of that. I thought it would be neat. Let's just, I already have this one at the top. Let's pull that backing off. Oh, that came off easy. And look at that, y'all. Come on down. What are you doing up there? Come on down. Look at that. How stinking cute is that? So, I am going to get a little bit of my B7000. So, actually, let's do, so it's going to come right here. And then I'm going to, because, you know, we need it to stick right now, let's do a little bit of hot glue. And I want to make sure that I don't stick to anything else but this. So let's put that on there and then push that down. So now I do Happy Mail every Friday. I do a wheel and I give out Happy Mail every Friday. What I'm going to do is this Friday, I'm going to put Happy Mail, put something in this for Happy Mail. And I will give this to whoever wins. So, and then, I don't know, let's put some little something on the edges. Something. Yeah, I'm one of those. I get a little goofy. Especially because, like, guys, I actually did something in an hour. Everybody knows who watches me. That's pretty amazing. I don't do anything in an hour. Okay, so let's take a little dot there and a little dot there. And put some flat backs on here. Oh, come on. Stop it. You see why I was telling you my little niece was just like, my purse. I'm like, no, it'll rip. My purse. I'm like, oh, okay. Next time I need to make it out of stone paper. Stop it. I mean, and you can do what, like I said, you can totally make it with designer cardstock, right? Or, you guys, I even had, what time is it? 56. I even had an idea for those of you who like to use stencils. You could even use plain cardstock and stencil. Look at this is Gucci or Chanel or Louis Vuitton. You can stencil the cardstock before you put it all together, right? And then, you know, put on your bling and there's enough room in there, you guys, and it's very sturdy. Like, I can put a candle in there and feel comfortable that, you know, with what's being held, you know, the chain link and everything, because the cardstock that I use is a pretty good weight. I can put a candle in there. You can put, you know, Easter eggs. You can put like some, I don't know, I have sisal down here. You can put sisal in there and put like some plastic eggs with money or candies or whatever in there. But I gave you enough room that even if you needed to put something taller in there, that you can either, you know, pull it all the way down or, you know, up if you needed to. So if something in there was taller, makeup for a little girl, of course. But as long as you have the gist of, you know, what you're trying to do, you can absolutely adjust the measurements to make it even bigger. So you could do so much. Again, I've made toolboxes. I've made backpacks for little boys. Because, you know, purses aren't going to get it for, you know, our little guys. So there's so much that you can do, but how cute is it? I mean, even on Mother's Day, I wouldn't mind if my son gave me a present in something like this. Right? So cute. Thank you. Oh, thank you. And again, what I will do is, I have just a couple of minutes. I have actually a minute, and then we'll turn it over to Chris. But what I will do is I will update my description to put all the measurements in there, all the cut measurements, all the score measurements. So this one I kind of kept a little plain just so you guys can see that, look, you can put a little flower on there. You know, the paper flowers can be made on with die cuts. You know, or you can kind of make it a little fancy, right? And again, a little bit of, you know, the vintage photo, and it just gives it a really cute look, I think. I don't know. But again, Chris Hunter is on after me. You should already be in the Sparkle room, so all you need to do is hit refresh. Chris, again, I don't know how I was blessed to be a part of this, but I just want to say thank you so much for letting me do my thing, because I really appreciate it and I loved watching everybody today. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you on my page. Have a lovely weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.